All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our first team call of 2022. Tonight we are I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to do a walkthrough of the Coach Online Office because I know a lot of change has changed and a lot of people have questions. I only use the desktop. So a lot of times people will have questions about the app and I don't have answers for you because I literally never open it. So I have no idea what this looks. I do have an idea of what it looks like on the app because I've looked at it, but I don't use it at all. So let me just move this bar here. So when you open your browser, your website to get onto your Coach Online Office is coach.teambeachbody.com. And then you have your login over here. Sorry, this thing's like, you have your login over here. So you can also get there by going to your Team Beachbody account and then clicking Coach Online Office. So a couple ways to get to your Coach Online Office. So real quick here, this is your profile that just kind of shares all your general information. This is information regarding your upline, how many coaches you have, all that stuff. Your current Success Club stats, your current volume for the week. So these are like quick places to go to look at things. Your earnings, and then your road to elite points and status. If you scroll down and you look at your business alerts, this tells you, this changed a lot in the last few months. There's a ton more categories. So that shows you your customer orders, your new customers, you can go through everything here. This is where, sometimes you'll see me in the coach team page posting so-and-so signed a new coach. This is where I go. I go to how many coaches are in your new coaches are in your organization. And this is where it tells me that. So when I first started this business, my coach, Keith Callahan, he's not into any of this. He's into just building a business and making it happen. So I just simply took 10 minutes a day and just clicked and just taught myself how to use the Coach Online Office. I literally just clicked on categories, clicked on buttons. What was this? Where do I find this? How do I do this? And so taking 10 minutes a day and just clicking around is a good idea. You'll probably find things that I don't even know about. Like you'll probably be like, oh my gosh, Nicole, did you know? And I'll be like, well, I didn't, but right here under news and events, obviously you can go through all of these toolbars up here, but this is where everything is regarding coach breaking news. So a lot of the coach breaking news stuff is also on the National Wake Up Call. This is where you'll find the recordings of the National Wake Up Call, any current promotions, the coach monthly newsletter, anything that's coming up, info on Summit, Super Weekend, and any event photos. So you can kind of click through those and look around. Tools and resources. This is the main thing that I use in here is the product tools and shareable media. So this is where your product toolkits are housed now. Let me just move this thing over here. So this is where all of the new toolkits are. So coming up, our next thing that's coming up that you're going to need a toolkit for is to be pregnant. So that's going to be in one of these categories here. So they broke it. It used to just be all of the things here. Now they break it into different categories. So your fitness product toolkits, your nutrition product toolkits. So basically, this is where for your fitness product toolkit, this is where job one currently, everything is here, but this would be where you would be looking for all of your job one information. And you click on the toolkit and it gives you a bunch of tools. Make sure, like if you're like, oh, there's only 2 educational tools, there's this button over here on the right, see more. So make sure you're clicking that, and it'll give you more in each of those categories. So 2 new things popped up. Reports is another place you want to spend a lot of your time. This is where this is everything you need to know about what your business is kind of doing. So on the front part of your screen, you saw your customer orders and your customers. That's all here too. This is where your mix orders, you can look that up. You can also look that up under customers and personal orders, I believe, unless they changed it. There is also a tab. Okay, they did change it. So there was a mix tab here. So now the mix orders literally has its own tab. Sponsorship drill down. This is where I tell this. So a lot of people, I'll say, okay, show me your team, show me who's active, show me who's on your left and your right leg, send me a screenshot. And I get all sorts of screenshots and I'm like, I don't like the looks of that. I want this one. So I get very particular on what I like to look at. So the sponsorship drill down is the easiest thing, I believe, for you to look at, because it tells you which leg your coach is on, if they're active, if they're meeting their coach requirement, what their current rank is, what their lifetime rank is. You know, you can just kind of, everything is right here. If they have Success Club points, everything is right here. And then this little arrow means they have more people in their downline. So you want to keep clicking the arrows. You can click this show levels and show all. So if there's more people in those arrows that you can't, if your team keeps, this is where your team keeps building depth and you want to keep going with that. So for example, I know that there's more depth here. So under Lavon and then under Amy, I know we need to kind of keep going with some of her team. See, so I would have only been able to see up to 5 levels, but then if I click on Brittany and her team, I can see level 6 because I clicked all levels. So it's a really good place for you to spend a lot of time in. When it's easier to understand. I'm not going to go through everything, but it's easy to understand when you have more levels. Like you can start clicking on it and go, oh, because I want to help the team too. I want to make sure that you know, I know that, you know, I want to look at Becky's downline because she's someone I work with and she's not a personally sponsored. So I like to be able to get in there and see what's going on with her. So this is just an area that you can just constantly click on and you can see it stays right here in order. So some of the other reports, it'll say like left, right. I'm like, just show me everybody on the left and everybody on the right. And then you can see if they're active. So this is an area, this is a report you want to spend a lot of time with as you start to really build a team. You want to check, you know, as soon as I see someone signed a coach, you know, I kind of go in here and I see, okay, what does that person's downline look like? And I'll go in and I'll just assess and I might send a message. And, you know, a lot that recently happened with Amy's team where I was like, hey, okay, you have a lot of depth you're building. And she's like, yes, I'm trying to get to 1 star. And I'm like, okay. And so I assessed her 1 star and she's like, I'm trying to do it this week. And I was like, okay, you still know that you need, you know, 10 more points and you need 2 more personally sponsored and you need 2 more emeralds. And she's like, oh, wait, okay, wait, what? Like, so, you know, for me to be able to go in there, you know, thinking she was just a little closer than she expected, you know, and she was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, thank you. I forgot about that part. You know, and so as someone who's been doing this longer, it's easier for me to go in there as an outsider and be like, you're missing a couple pieces to the puzzle here. Here's what you need. You know, just doing this so long. So that's an area you want to spend time in, the sponsorship drill down. And then the other area in here is you want to go to graphical genealogy, right? Let me crossing my fingers. This is where it is, even years later. Yes. So this is where you want to set your left and your right leg placement. So if you're looking to hit emerald, diamond, ruby, you want to make sure you check your sponsorship drill down first and you say, okay, I have 3 active coaches on my left leg and only 1 active coach on my right leg. That means I should set my next coach placement to the right leg. And you just sit preferred placement, click right, and then save. And that person will save on your outside right leg. So we used to have to go in the tree and actually click, but Beachbody changed it. And so it goes automatically to the outside of your left leg or automatically to the outside of your right leg. So they changed that for us, which is great. So you just have to know left, right. And you want to constantly be assessing that. You have to do it before the coach signs up. If you're like, crap, somebody signed up and I wanted them on the other leg, Coach Relations has to change it. There's a form in the FAQ and they can do it, but it's got to be done within 48 hours of the coach signing up. So, you can't have 3 active coaches on your left leg, 1 active coach on your right leg, and then 2 weeks later, someone goes inactive on your left leg and you're like, oh, can I just move that other person to the, you know what I mean? To try to make it even stay emerald. You can't do that. They're set. Once they're there, they're there. And you have to change, if you need to change it, it has to be within 48 hours. So those are the big 2 areas there: sponsorship drill down and graphic genealogy. And then volume is a good place to be as well, where you're looking at what your team's doing, how much volume your team's producing on the left leg, how much volume they're producing on the right leg, and you want to make sure you have enough of those EV points for your preferred customer. So that is in, there's a whole training on that. There's a whole section on that. And then your incentive programs, your Success Club, your PS Coaches Success Club, Success Starter, your Road to Elite. This is where you're going to find all of that. And then all of the training. So this is kind of, so your new coaches will come into our Coach Basics group the first Monday of every month. What just happened? But you also can send them. Apparently I have to click on something. Getting started. You want to, okay. You can also send them to this area and just say, okay, like, look, this first how to start sharing. It's 3 minutes and 30 seconds, 3:30, 2:45. If people can just go in and do 1 video a day. So you can send them right in here, how to get started, what the Success Club system is, how to do a bod group, the compensation program, and then this training library. I spent a ton of time my first few months in the training library, just finding anything and everything that I could. So this is just lots of different trainings in here to just look things up if the FAQ is not helping you, or if you're like, oh crap, what is that preferred customer? Like, let me go through the whole, what is it? And what does it all entail? This is going to give you everything. So there's a lot in here. It's a lot in here. So you can certainly come in here, do a section a day, or, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, maybe you come in here, just kind of setting a schedule on just clicking around and watching videos. Any questions for those of you who are on here live thus far? All right, I am gonna stop sharing. So that is your Coach Online Office. And like I said, chances are if you're used to using your app, there's probably a lot more in the desktop than in the app that you just saw there. So there's probably a lot of things that you're missing if you're just using the app. So it's a good idea to kind of check both, kind of like with Facebook. You use it sometimes on your computer and then you use it sometimes on the app, and you see completely different information on one and on the other. So it's a good idea to use both.
Is there actually an app, or are you just talking the mobile version?
The mobile version, sorry. Yeah. No, there's not an app.
There's an app?
Yeah, no, sorry.
Okay.
The mobile version. All right, I am going to hit stop recording here. So that is your Coach Online Office training walkthrough.